So hello friends, so in this lecture I will talk about the energy levels of quantum mechanical harmonic oscillator model system. So up to this the three lectures that I have given on the harmonic oscillator model, the model system can be described from the classical mechanics aspect. But here in the fourth lecture of the harmonic oscillator model, I have introduced some quantum mechanical property of this harmonic oscillator model system. So in this lecture I will solve the Schrodinger's equation for this harmonic oscillator model system, and will try to derive what is the expression of the energy levels of this harmonic oscillator model system. So as you know that the short form of the Schrodinger's equation is H psi nx is equal to En psi nx. So what is H? H is basically a Hamiltonian operator, which is basically nothing but the energy operator. The expression of the Hamiltonian operator is H cross square by 2m, second derivative with respect to x, plus Vx. Vx is the potential operator. So this portion is the kinetic energy operator, and this portion is for potential energy operator. Now for harmonic oscillator system, we know that for this the system is looking like two atom which is bonded by some kind of covalent bond. We have compared this covalent bond like a spring, and for this covalent bond the spring constant K, which shows the stiffness of this type of bond, and say that M1 and M2 are the masses of the two atoms that were bonded with these types of spring system, and the distance between the two atoms is R. Okay, so and another parameter that we have discussed previously is X, that is R minus R0, and X is basically displacement from the equilibrium bond length. So this R0 is basically the equilibrium bond length. So at this bond length the potential energy of this system is minimum. So in my first lecture of the harmonic oscillator model system, I have derived the expression of the potential energy function, that is half kx square. This is basically a parabolic type of function, so that's why our model quantum mechanical system is look like a parabola as it is, and k is basically the stiffness of this parabola. So if the value of this k is large, the parabola will be very stiff in nature. If the value of k is low, then the parabola will be very wide in nature. So this is the potential energy function for harmonic oscillator model system that we have derived. So we can see that for this Hamiltonian operator, the Vx function we know. So one function we have at least know, and this is the Schrodinger's equation from where we will solve the energy expression for these types of harmonic oscillator model system, and psi is the wave function for harmonic oscillator model system. Okay, so let us put this Schrodinger's equation H cross square 2m into d2 psi nx dx2 plus half kx square, that is the potential energy term, that will into psi x or psi nx is equal to En psi nx. Okay, so if you just rearrange this equation, you can rearrange this equation by your own. We will obtain a equation that is d square psi nx dx2 is equal to, here you can see that here we have used the expression mass, but as I have derived or described in my previous lecture, that we should take the reduced mass instead of individual mass of these two atoms, and the expression of the reduced mass is m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. This is the expression of the reduced mass. So instead of taking m, we will take the reduced mass 2 mu. Okay, so this m can be replaced by the reduced mass mu. That is, so I have replaced this m with mu. So the equation can be rearranged into 2 mu h cross square En minus half kx square psi nx. So you have to solve this differential equation to determine the expression of the energy, but this is not a very simple differential equation to solve. So the detail of the solving this equation is beyond the scope of our lecture. Basically what we really want to know the physical significance of the expression of the energy expression. So we will go into the final energy expression which can be obtained by solving this equation. So these types of equations are generally solved in physics lecture or in physics classes, but as we are chemists, we are not interested with all those big mathematical problems. We are mostly interested in the mathematical outcome. So the outcome or for the energy expression for harmonic oscillator model system is En is equal to h nu by n plus half. So this is the main equation. So where En is the energy level of the nth quantum system. Okay. So what is this mu? Mu is basically the angular frequency. Mu is called the angular frequency of the system. So the expression of the angular frequency is 1 by 2 pi root over of k by mu. So we know that k is basically the stiffness of the parabola and mu is the reduced mass of the system. So if we know these two, we can determine the angular frequency. Again, this expression can also be expressed as En is equal to h cross omega n plus half. You can see that there is a relation between nu and omega. Omega is basically 2 pi nu. What is omega? Is angular velocity. And h cross is h by 2 pi. So if you multiply omega with h cross, what you will obtain? 2 pi nu into h by 2 pi. So 2 pi will be cancelled out. So h nu. So that's why these two expressions are similar. Instead of expressing the energy expression by angular frequency, here we are expressing the energy expression of the harmonic oscillator model system by angular velocity. Okay, and the expression for angular velocity is root over of k by mu. So here 1 by 2 pi factor will not be there. Instead of that, omega will be root over of k by mu. That is called the angular velocity of the system. Now we will see that how the energy expression is looking like. Okay, how the energy levels are looking like. We will draw the energy levels for the n. As I have already told you, En is the energy of the nth quantum state, that is equal to h cross omega by n plus half, where n is basically called the quantum number, and n can be any integer value from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So this is basically the quantum state of the system. So how the energy levels will looking like? The energy levels will look like this. So as you can see, that the harmonic oscillator model system that we have derived is nothing but a parabolic system. Okay, so for n is equal to 0, E0 will be h cross omega. Okay, so half h cross omega, half term is there, so E0 will be half cross h cross omega. So this is the energy level for n is equal to 0 and the energy level is basically half h cross omega. Okay, and for n is equal to 1, E1 is equal to 3 by 2 h cross omega. So you can see for n is equal to 1, the E1 will be 3 by 2 h cross omega. Similarly, for n is equal to 2, we will obtain E2, that is equal to 5 by 2 h cross omega. So you can see that for n is equal to 2, this will be 5 by 2 h cross omega. Similarly, for E3, for n is equal to 3, it will be 7 by 2 h cross omega. So one interesting thing that you can observe from this energy level is that the gap between the two successive energy levels is fixed. That is, this gap between the two successive energy level is h cross by omega. So they are maintaining the constant energy gap in between the two successive level, as you can see. Okay, so in this case the energy gap is basically delta E is h cross omega, or we can say h cross root over of k by mu. So as you can see that as the value of k increases, so or we can say the more the steepness of this parabola increases, if the steepness of the parabola increases, the energy gap between the two successive level become higher. So more the steepness of the system, more more quantum mechanical behavior will be there in the system. So another factor on which the energy gap is dependent upon the reduced mass mu. So if the reduced mass is small, so the energy gap between the successive energy level increases. So for smaller mass or for subatomic particles, the energy gaps is in the range of quantum mechanical system. But for larger mass or for macroscopic object, the value of this mu will be so high that the energy gap between the two levels are very close to each other. So the energy gaps are almost collapsed. So there will not be practically no energy gaps between the two successive level, and in that case the energy will become continuous. So as you can see, or we can prove from this energy expression, that for macroscopic object, the both classical mechanics and quantum mechanics will yield almost similar result, and the result is that there will be the energy will change continuously. But when the mass of this particle become very small, for like subatomic level, in that case the energy gap or the gap between the two successive energy level become very much distinguishable, and in that case the particle will behave more quantum mechanically. So this is one of the outcomes from the energy expression for harmonic oscillator system. So now again we will draw the actual harmonic oscillator. What is the potential energy functions for actual harmonic oscillator is looking like this. So in this y-axis, this is the potential, and this is in this x, that is the deviation from the equilibrium position. And our quantum mechanical system that we have derived is mostly looking like this one, parabolic. So the expression is basically half kx square. So this is the potential energy function that we have used to calculate all these energy levels. So this is our model system, and this is the potential energy function. This is the actual system. Okay, so you can see that at the bottom or when the potential energy is minima, our model system very much matches with the actual system, but in both sides as we go, the extent of anharmonicity in the system, in the system increases as we go towards both this direction. So that's why the expression of or we can say the potential energy expression has to be modified, and how this potential energy function is modified to make this our model more realistic will be discussed in my other lectures of this harmonic oscillator model series. So up to this we will mostly focus on our simple system, harmonic oscillator system. So one important fact that we have observed for our quantum mechanical models, harmonic oscillator model system, is that the energy for n is equal to 0 is not 0. For E n is equal to 0 is not actually 0. So this is the energy, energy at 0 position, but when the n is equal to 0, the energy, there is some residual energy that is equal to half h cross omega. So at n is equal to 0, our energy is not 0, and now you can see that this dE, I have already told this dE is the dissociation energy or the bond dissociation energy. So this much of energy is needed to dissociate the bond between the two atoms. So this much of energy if we supply, then the bond between the two atoms will be dissociated and the two atoms become separate. In this region the two atoms become separate. But as our system is already above this energy level, so we have to supply D0 amount of energy instead of dE. So D0 is less than dE. So we have to supply less amount of energy. This is because there is some 0 point vibrational energy. So due to the presence of the 0 point vibrational energy that pushes up the system to higher energy levels, so the energy needed to dissociate the bond is D0, that is less than dE, that is the bond dissociation energy. So you can so up to this, if you understand my lecture, then do subscribe to my channel and like my videos. And also if you do have any questions up to this, you can ask me without any hesitation through the comment section, and I will try to take all of your questions or comments and try to answer all of your queries. And do follow my lecture and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.